Sure thing.
Hello everybody, what's going on? Grant Vogel here, this time with a commentary on the Tactical Shotgun. And yes, this video is in 1080p 60 frames per second if that is how you choose to view it. Thank you guys, thank you to everyone who donated. A special thanks to David who donated a very large amount. But thank you to all of you. I'm not going to list, names specifically just because I don't know if anyone wants to remain anonymous or whatever, but thank you to everyone who donated. I got a little bit more than the $200 I needed for the capture card, and so the result is now all the weapon reviews coming up, the cinematic Last of Us playthrough, all the Last of Us content I'm going to be uploading in the future is going to be 60 frames per second, 1080p. And the only ones that might not be is Last Fan Standing, this new series I'm trying where you guys submit your Last Man Standing clips to me and then I commentate them and feature you guys on my channel. That's the one that probably isn't going to look at that execution. That's probably the one video series that isn't going to be in 1080p 60 frames per second, simply because most people don't have like a way of capturing it in that resolution at that frame rate. So those are still probably going to be like 720p 30 frames per second. But anyway, you get the idea. Let's get into this gameplay. I am destroying here. This was a very, very good match for me. One of the few good matches I've had with the Tactical Shotgun. But man, this one really paid off. And I really think I've found where the Tactical Shotgun, excels. I think I've really figured out how to use it. So basically, this is kind of a gun where you're wondering before the DLC comes out how the hell they're going to balance this thing. You hear about it. It's like, what? A shotgun that works at medium range, and legit, this gun is effective from pretty far away. I mean, to the point where it's a 2-shot kill, from probably the distance I am to those enemies right now. I mean, I might even, okay, maybe not quite that far, but you get what I'm saying. It's pretty effective at long ranges. Where was I going with that? Anyway, it's one of those guns where you're trying to figure out how they're going to balance it. And then I started using the gun, and everyone was destroying me with it, but I couldn't figure out for myself how to use it properly. Because every time I'd try to use it, I would just die so quickly, and I could never, the gun is it's pretty unreliable. I'll have to say that right off the bat. And obviously, I'm going to get very in depth on this gun when I do the weapon reviews, the next week or so. But so far, it's pretty unreliable in the sense that sometimes you think the spread on it is going to be greater than it is. Sometimes you think you nailed someone and it just the shot did not land. Things like that happen fairly frequently. But so basically, let me describe the class that I'm using right now for you guys, because this is how I think you should be using the gun. I've got obviously Tactical Shotgun. I've got the burst pistol. Now the Tactical Shotgun, as you've noticed, is silenced, and I'll get to that later, but I recommend you do use it silenced. For some reason it seems to really help. But it makes sense with the rest of the class because I'm also using Covert Training 2, Sharp Ears 3. Is that it? I think that's got to be it. I think that's... let me do my math in my head. That's 4 plus 3, that's 7, plus 5, that's 12. I must have something else equipped. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I've got some other, one... Oh, no, the burst pistol. Yeah, no, never mind. That's all I've got. So, this is how I think you should use the Tactical Shotgun, is with Covert Training and with, a very stealthy mindset. And that doesn't mean you necessarily have to be, in full shiv mode, like smoke bomb and shivs everywhere, but you should definitely, as the name of the gun rightfully suggests, you should probably be using this gun tactically. So, get Covert Training, be stealthy, crouch all the time. This was a predicament right here. I don't know how, well, you'll see, but look at this. I got that guy behind the car. He was being slow to the draw. He was just being terribly slow. And then I managed to get that guy with the burst pistol. Let's talk about the burst pistol for a second in regards to the Tactical Shotgun. I think the burst pistol, oh shit, is, that nearly got me. I think the burst pistol is a great supplement to the Tactical Shotgun. Now, I don't know if I said earlier that this was a flawless match. This is a flawless match if you just forget about this down that I got, because I do get revived. And actually I looked back at that last match that I said was maybe not flawless, and actually it was flawless. I never even went down. But anyway, that's besides the point. the burst pistol is a great supplement to the tactical shotgun, because essentially what you can do is you can just shoot someone once with the tactical shotgun, pull out your burst pistol, give them a burst of bullets, and most of the time that's enough to down them. And when it's not, then you give them a second burst, I guess. I don't know, but you know, it's working well for me so far. And man, I just talked so much, I gotta think of what else to say about it. I would definitely recommend upgrading it at least once, the tactical shotgun. It does get pretty pricey, and especially in a stealth class like this, where you don't have first aid training 2 or 3, or crafter, crafter, it's just called crafter, not crafter training. Crafter 2 or 3, you know, when you don't have those perks that get you all those parts for healing and gifting items and stuff, you know, upgrading your large firearm can get pretty difficult to do. It can be hard to acquire enough parts for that. But I mean, I don't know. There are ways around that. You could equip like Executioner 1 with this class if you want to. If you're really good at doing stealth and getting shivs, then definitely equip like Executioner 1 instead of Sharp Ears 3. Like, you know, maybe do Sharp Ears 2 and Executioner. That way you'll get double the parts for the shivs, and you'll be able to rack up more parts, and you'll be able to upgrade your tactical shotgun easierly. I don't think I can turn easier into an adverb, but you get the idea. Yeah.
I got you.
So I like the tactical shotgun, you know, as far as just my general impressions go, before I get into a video review of the weapon next week or something. I like it so far. I love that execution. It is brutal as hell. Maybe a little too brutal for my taste. It is. God, that's a terrifying thought to be in that guy's position, but I really like this weapon when I use it in this stealth class. It seems to be working out. I'm going to practice a little bit more with it. You know, essentially this match could have been a fluke. Maybe the other team was just really bad. But the other matches, you know, like I said, at first I started out really not understanding how to use this weapon, or, you know, why people were so damn good with it. And I'm coming to the point now where I'm starting to, you know, maybe think I've found out how to use it. And I think that is with stealth. So, yeah, man, I don't know what else to say, really. I'm doing well in this match, so that's good. God, I don't know what to talk about. Thank you guys to everyone of you who have submitted Last Fan Standing clips. I've gotten like probably 10 or 15 minutes worth of clips already, probably easily enough for 2 or 3 episodes. And if you haven't seen The Last Fan Standing, I definitely recommend you go check it out. It's kind of a cool idea, I think. You guys can submit your Last Man Standing clips to me, and I will feature you in an episode, assuming it's... Yeah, basically the only requirement for the clip is that it's an interesting Last Man Standing clip. And it can be supply rate, it can be survivors, it can be 1 versus 1. Like, it doesn't matter. You just have to be the last person alive on your team, and something interesting just has to happen. You know, it doesn't have to be the most amazing clip ever. Just as long as it's not like last man standing and then you Molotov the last player on the other team and that's it, you know, like that would be kind of, you know, what am I supposed to say about that? That's, you know, it's not very interesting. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I am doing crazy good. I haven't died once. I'm probably at about 10 downs, 10 executions, something to that effect. And there's only one guy left on their team. And I don't remember how he dies, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Blah, blah, blah. So, okay, let's talk about the Cinematic Last of Us playthrough really quickly. So, I had the proof of concept video done. And not done, but very, very close to done. I could, if I had just spent another hour on it, probably it would have been completely done, ready to upload and everything. And I would have, I wanted to have that up this Monday, but things happened. I had to go to the hospital because my grandma thing happened. Whatever. I got busy. So I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to redo it in 60 frames per second, 1080p, give you an even better idea, an even better taste of what this series could look and feel like. And I'm just going to, in general, spend another extra few hours trying to really make sure everything is perfect for you guys. And then I'll upload it, hopefully next Monday. And I know you guys are probably annoyed, like, just upload it already. But it is a lot of work. I'm just trying to make sure it meets your guys' expectations. And as far as donations go, I'm not going to, like, pressure you guys to donate or anything. But any Any donations you can give towards that Last of Us playthrough, the cinematic playthrough project, are greatly appreciated. It's going to help out a lot. But I appreciate all the donations I've gotten thus far. And that is it for the commentary, I suppose. So thank you so much, guys, for watching and supporting my channel. And for all the nice comments I've received. I've been noticing lately how awesome your guys' comments are on my channel and everything. You can follow me on Twitter at Grant Vogel. That's also how you can submit your Last Fan standing clips to me. Just, record with the PS4 DVR or capture card, upload to YouTube, and send me the link through Twitter or YouTube private message, either way. And that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you in the comments.